All right, y'all. Welcome
Welcome.
to Shade and the City. I'm your girl Treese,
It's Nels.
and today, y'all, we are here to give y'all the Ready to Love season 10, episode 2 recap. It is we got some chocolate, y'all. Okay. I will say I was really love this next group of singles. So far, Philly is.
I think the next is so crazy because the next group, I feel like all of them were like pretty good looking.
But I agree. I agree. So okay, Philly's giving what it's supposed to give Philly. Y'all just down the
Why didn't
highway.
we
I'm
start
just
off
saying.
with this? Start off on a high note.
Okay. But yeah, y'all. So we're really excited to get into it. Introduce you to our new, I guess, 10. If you haven't already, please make sure that you have went ahead and hit that like button for us.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it. And yeah, let's get shady. As I said to Nels, I still don't know who these people are in the background, but I don't know. I guess we'll meet them somewhere else. First and foremost, we start out this episode and we meet. Let me find my pictures. We meet Coley. She is 32. She's a flight attendant, and she definitely seems very airy. And that's the best word that I'm going to use. No, you know what? Not even airy. She seems flighty. Flighty. Okay. So she says that men are a little intimidated by her, and she's not sure why. She has trouble finding love because she's always traveling. Then she sits down to talk to Fritz, who is 36, and that's how I remember his name because Fritz is 36. Okay, and he works in wealth management, but he's a financial analyst who loves to travel. He says he's been been to over 5 continents. So shout out to you, traveling man.
The benefits that Coley can provide.
Okay. So I'm sure his eyes was like, well, until she opened her mouth. So he says that he's looking for something real. And then we meet, I ain't even gonna hold you. I think this is gonna be my favorite of the season.
Tay.
Tay. I like Tay. Tay is
Mhm.
35. Now Nels is gonna have to help me with this because I'm a butcher this, okay? But I believe she is a nurse anesthetist. Is that what she is?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you. So she's a nurse anesthetist, and she says she's looking for somebody fine. Okay. She says that, work got in the way of her dating life, and because basically she was a full-time student. She really wants to find a man so she can find her a husband. Okay. She wants to say, my man, my man, my man, and then say, my husband, my husband, my husband. I was like, I get it. Now, Cooley is over here, or Coley. I don't know why, because her name is spelled Cooley, but Coley is over here talking to Cam, who is 33. He is a firefighter, and she's finding about what he does, and she makes a little joke about the pole, which I was like,
literally, I have that in my notes. Did you see when she made the joke? Tay was like,
right,
really?
right. And so he kind of laughs it off, and then she starts asking if they have Dalmatians at the fire station. And my notes say I would have politely excused myself from that conversation because I can't with you. But Cam, I don't know why Cam is giving. I can't remember right now, but I forgot when I remember when I saw it, and I was like, he gives these type of. It reminds me of a celebrity, and I can't remember who, but the bold, sexy chocolate. I don't want to give it. I don't want to give it a Tyrese. It's not giving Tyrese, but give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna figure it out because I saw it when I saw it and I couldn't remember now, but it's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me.
I don't know, but these I would have liked to been in the second group.
You funny. And oh yeah, okay, yeah. Then we can get into we meet Rocky. She's 36. She's a medical QA specialist. She's looking for a grown man with a full beard. And it's so funny because I feel like both of the men she picked didn't have a beard. because she liked Cam, and Cam doesn't have. Cam has what she said she didn't want, a mole rat.
He got a thing, right? Don't he got like a little goatee?
No, Cam ain't got. Oh, I guess he does have a little goatee. But I thought she said okay.
I think she just don't want she's I ain't gonna say the word she said, but she don't want
Right.
no baby face.
Yeah, she don't want a baby face. Okay. She meets Khalil. Khalil is 31, he is a VP of a roofing company. They immediately connect because they're from the same area. Sounds like they live on the same damn street, which is crazy that they just meeting here.
Right? I think they did live on the same street.
So she shares what she does, but also lets him know that she writes poetry. Then we see her talking to Cisco, which he's 41. He
Ooh,
works
that's
for
a
the house.
horrible picture. That is a horrible picture.
That's what they put up there. So he works for the housing authority, but he says his true passion is working with kids and helping to boost their self-confidence. He says that how he got over his last relationship was by working on himself. He used to be an amateur bodybuilder, and as he's sweating profusely, he eventually decides that he's going to take his shirt off for some relief, which all the ladies seem to enjoy. Okay. And then
he was a little too big for me.
yeah. Then we meet Hussein. He is 42. He's a visuals major, and he feels like he's a little late to the party. Immediately, Jesus Christ, notices Tay, which again, I told y'all, Tay's the shit. Okay. And so he goes over and talks to her. Then we also get to meet Rose, Rose, which I like her. She's 38. She's a hairstylist. And I love the fact that she came in and introduced herself to everybody, male and female, and was very complimentary. I'm not even gonna hold you. Rose definitely gave me vibes when I walked. Oh, girl, I like your hair, I like your shoes, and that's just how I do. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she has one child who she had at 21. She is apparently talking to Fritz and about his feelings on kids, and he says he doesn't mind dating a woman with children because it's a preview of the type of mother that they are or could potentially be. And Rose tells him that he's checking all her boxes.
then
we get back into a familiar face.
Yes. Will gets to the mixer. And he said that he heard everybody's critiques and criticisms, that he got from the first
and
mixer.
He still don't give a damn.
No. Because he said that he don't want his woman serious anyway. Okay. So he said that's okay because that ain't what he's looking for. So if they can't take a joke, screw them. Okay. Zahara said at the first
mixer, back.
She said at the first mixer she was a homie. But with this one, she's bringing sexy back. JT ain't got nothing on her, and she got on her love potion today. Tommy got there and told everybody to take this opportunity serious because if they came to run game, he's going to run them right up out of there. So Rose made sure she got to know Hussein because he fits her type. They both have a passion for interior design. We finally meet Shanice because I felt like we saw her, but we didn't get an introduction to her. So we finally met Shanice. She's 44. She at a
Shanice, thank you. I'm off my game.
Yeah, and she's a residential rehabilitation CEO. She said,
and plus.
Yeah,
she clearly got. It reminds me of what we just saw, or what I just watched on Family on Fiance.
She said, Cisco's her type because she likes the Puerto Rican Dominican look. And then she definitely loved when he took his shirt off. She says she's a serial entrepreneur, and that's what makes it hard for her to meet people. Then Will sat down with Coley, and really everything was a joke. She thinks that he has a nervous laugh and feels like he's a lot. Sahara makes sure she lets Cisco know how flexible she is in all ways possible. Rocky let him know that she was leaving the chocolate alone for a while.
So do you think? Sorry to interrupt you. So do you think that she was doing that? Because I'm just trying to understand her strategy.
Sahara?
Yeah. So do you think that she, because she felt like they said she was too much
Yeah.
like her homeboy,
Yeah,
she
she didn't
felt
want to.
like she had to come in leading with her pussy though?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Mhm.
was just wondering because I was just like, I understand. Like as I was watching it, I was like, okay, because okay, you might get more than homegirl, but you might not get more than F buddy either. If
And
you
then I
leave,
think there was something somebody said, Sahara like the desert, and she was like, yeah, a little bit
yeah,
wetter.
but a little
And then
wetter.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think she says that throughout the show. I think I saw a few
Yeah,
clips.
no, she's and that's what
Mhm.
I'm saying, and that's why I was a little like, is that why you're moving that way? Because you do realize that there's also a thing that you can move out of the homegirl side, but you can also just be a F buddy too. And that don't mean you're gonna be
Sure.
a girl, yeah, a girlfriend or a wife, or
I'm
they're
sure.
gonna view you that way, is what I'm
I'm
saying.
sure whatever she felt like she did, I'm sure by the end of this, she felt like it worked because
Well,
she didn't have
shout out to Love Pushing number 9.
she right. She didn't have the same outcome. So Rocky let him know that she was leaving chocolate alone for a little while because it was giving her a stomach ache. She started to go to the other side, and he apologized on behalf of all the dark skin committee. Um, Fritz lets Tay know that amongst all the men, she is by far the fave. Okay.
Mhm.
I completely understand why. Apparently, he was supposed to
I
be
like
going.
everything about her so far. Like her
Mhm.
look, her spirit, like I like everything about her.
Yeah. Apparently, he was supposed to be in Panama actually for his birthday. But he said he ended up, having a conversation with himself. He said, Self, you know what? This is much more worth it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lose out on that money. I'm gonna chalk it up as a loss, and it is what it is. Um, and they both kind of feel like they found the one. It seemed like after this conversation, Khalil was discussing his tattoos with Rocky and explained, one of his sleeves were dedicated to his brother who took his own life. Can I say that?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, anyway, but he said that it changed his perspective on a lot of things, and he realized that he don't want to leave this world without pouring into someone. She said she needs to work. Basically, she need to work the room. Okay, she ain't got time to be stuck on one person. But Khalil here didn't get that memo.
Okay.
Then we get into all the businesses that Shanice has. She owns group homes. She has a trucking company, an online store. She used to be a celebrity stylist, and now she's trying to build an app. Cam really wasn't feeling it. He said, he can't be with a
He
woman
said
that
it's a little
talk
too
about.
much for me.
He said he can't be with a woman that talk about work all day. And Khalil said, it's giving red flag to him. So Tay is talking to Cisco about Puerto Rico, how she's never been, and he said, "Girl, you're gonna have to learn how to move your hips if you want to go." Um, he
I
was
guess
feeling
this
her.
is, you know what he gives me? I'm so mad.
What?
Now that I look at it, it gives me what's the name for Sesame Street with the one eyebrow and it gives me Bert.
Is it Oscar Grout? Is it? Is
No,
it?
that's Bert.
Oh,
It gives me Bert.
when I first saw him, before I saw like all of him, you know who he was giving me for a little bit? He was giving me Carlton a little bit.
I can see that. Alfonso Ribeiro, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. So yeah, basic. He said that he was feeling her. He said that her dress that she had on made her look like a goddess.
That dress was pretty though. That dress was pretty.
I think it was a suit though, wasn't it? It was
No, I
short.
think it was no, it was like a yeah, it was a set. It was like a top
I
and then
think
she had
it was
shorts to
short.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. I think they just didn't see the shorts. They just thought it's a dress. I don't know what they thought.
I
Um,
love it. I love it.
well, she was feeling him right back. Okay, she told him that he could speak Spanish to her all night. Okay, and was loving the muscle. She said he was looking scrumptious. He said his last relationship was 3.5 years ago. The girl had some insecurities, but he did cheat on her.
Which makes Tay pause a little bit, like, hold on.
And yeah, she really wasn't feeling that. She said the last relationship she was in, the dude cheated. She went through the phone, she found the messages, child, and it was on. Okay. And he noticed the energy shift. And he explained that, it happened when he was young and dumb. He grew up and realized he ain't got time for that. All men say that. Um,
Right.
he said that
If only it were true.
And she said that it didn't turn her way because she knows everybody has a past, and she respects the fact that he did tell her, and they hugged it out. Um,
Missing all the red flags, girl.
then Cam told Rose that he never really wanted kids until, recently, and he's open to dating with women with kids. He also didn't realize how grown men can catch baby fever. Okay, but that's where he's at right now. He got all the baby fever, and it seems like it seemed like they were really hitting it off until he said he wasn't very spiritual, and said that he was open minded instead, and that was a no for her. Sahara,
I'm surprised though. Most people, and maybe I'm wrong, and I would like to know, because I feel like most people who are spiritual don't necessarily expect any type of commitment to any type of, you get what I'm saying? Because you're spiritual, it's just I don't know. So I think
him to be religious, but he said he's not spiritual. He's just open minded. So we
do you
can't.
understand?
That means that you just, Trace, it would be like a situation like how you feel like I can't really even have conversations with you because you're not on the same page. These are not conversations that you want to have. You're open to listening to me.
Right.
You're not on that same journey as me.
I can understand that. I don't know. I guess because I understand that there is a difference, and it'd be different if someone said I'm atheist and I don't believe in anything, and I don't. You understand what? Like, that's a hard stance.
She doesn't want to have to sway anybody.
No, not sway anything. He's just saying he doesn't have any.
But by saying I'm open minded, that means like I haven't made up my mind. I'm wherever the wind blows.
Okay.
And we both grown. I don't want to have to sway you or
okay. I hear what you're saying. That they're not equally yoked in that. Okay.
Yeah.
Nels got some point. Look, if I didn't have her to call out the red flags, y'all see what I'd be doing. But anyway.
So, and Sahara completely lost Fritz when she told him that the earth was flat. He was like, "Are you for real? This is not a joke. You dead serious.
You really believe?" That's how I feel when people say that shit.
And
like the way he was like, and she was like, and he was like, the way she said it with conviction. Like said 10 toes down. I was like,
Coley really don't give a damn.
Now, if I ain't even gonna hold you, if I was what's the name, Rose, and I had somebody like Sahara, and she was that type of spiritual where she got potions and she telling me the world is flat, now that would be scary. That would be a deterrent to me. But
at least she believes in something.
Right.
And Coley, we found out she don't really give a damn about what type of man she has as long as he's at least 6'2". Apparently,
as long as he's she said as long as he is tall and kind.
She said 6'2".
And 6'2", but and if I'm not mistaken, we'll get into that. I don't think there's anybody. If I recall,
he's saying is 6'7".
No, I'm talking about from the next group because clearly that group wasn't feeling her.
Oh, that's tall, you mean?
That's like that tall. I don't remember anybody being that tall from the first group.
Well, she was clearly trying to catch Hussein's attention because, like I said, he is 6'7". And he said that he was initially feeling her, but really not so much after the conversation. And I don't remember who this was supposed to be, but one of the guys picked up on the fact that Will was not feeling very confident.
Oh, that was Cam. He was sitting there talking to Cam.
I figured it might have been
Will was. I kept getting Cam and Fritz confused. That's why I said I had to do Fritz 36, and then between Cam and Khalil, and I said, okay, it's just too much. I was getting confused.
Khalil. Yeah. And see, my thing says okay. It doesn't say a name. It literally says okay. So I couldn't figure out if it was Cam or Khalil. So yeah, he picked up on the fact that he wasn't feeling very confident and really just felt like he should just relax. But instead, this man is making jokes about how he possibly might go home.
He felt it in his spirit.
Yes, he did. He's
All right.
believes in something.
So then Tommy sits down and deliberate with the guys to find out who they're feeling. And they all agree Tay is number one. Number one, number one. I won't stop until I see you, sugar. You know who you are. I'm sorry. Then Rose and Rocky. Tommy sits down with the ladies and then asks them the same thing. As we know, a lot of the ladies like Chris. Tay says Cisco, Hussein. Rocky says
Chris.
Chris. Is it not Chris? Who is
Fritz?
Is it Fritz? It is, because he's 36. I'm sorry, y'all. There's nobody on this cast named Chris. I be out of here.
No.
Jesus Christ. And
I'm sitting here looking at my notes and I'm like, and
you know how many times my notes. So you know what? Okay, hold on. So maybe I meant to say, because it says Rocky says Khalil and Cam, and Sahara is a fan of Cam as well. And then Tommy let the men let Tommy know Shanice talks way too much about work and what she has. And then Chris is here again. He said Sahara and the other guys don't like really feel Coley. Who's Chris?
He's not on this show. Not on this season.
So Rose says that she has an issue with
Cam.
You don't go here. Rose says she has an issue with Cam not being spiritual. Some of the ladies named Khalil because they felt like they really didn't get a chance to really connect with him. And most of the ladies basically said that Will is not it. He's, same stuff that we heard before, right? So then finally Tommy calls out Will.
Did you think he was kind of annoying?
Who, Will?
Uh-huh.
Yes. And you know me, I can sit through any conversation, but at this point in my big life, I don't know if I could humor you and be like, oh, you know what? That's not true. The laugh would get me. That's what it is. If he could just sit and have a conversation, you know me, I can have shit conversation all day, just have conversation. Like I'll pick anything and run, and Nels will tell you. I make friends or in the most random places with most random people because I can have the most random conversations. Okay.
She can.
Yeah. But that's why I literally do not go to a bar by myself, because I'm going to leave with friends. And that's not what I be trying to do when I go by myself. But anyway, Will, yeah, that laugh is too much for me. It's obnoxious.
I think that's what's getting everybody is the laugh.
It's obnoxious. And not even that, but it's crazy that another man can see that you're so uncomfortable and you don't feel confident. So if he sees that, I'm sure the women see it as well. So Tommy calls out Khalil and Will, as we know. And basically he lets Will know that he's not ready to love. And then he takes a point to call him out before he leaves and lets the group know that this is his second chance. This is his first time he's doing this, second time. And I said, well, damn, did you have to rub it in, Tommy? And
when he started off, I was like, damn, they need
to know. Right. Why do you need to know that?
He kind of softened it up a little bit.
Right. And he was like, but I appreciate you bringing here and taking a chance, brother, and being ready to love and, all that other good stuff. And we'll see you later, Will. All right. So then he calls out Coley and our girl, what's her name? Shanice. Okay. Now he tells Coley she has a wall up. No, that's not a wall. That's her brain. And ain't nothing in it. And she's not ready to love because it, oh, no. And she's not ready to love. So then he's like, but what if I give you the opportunity and another chance to come back and meet, the first group of singles? And I think that's why he took the time to go through whatever he went through with Will. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to play advocate for Tommy because that seemed really messy what you did, but okay. So she's like, well, no, I ain't gonna give you a chance, another chance to play in my face and waste my time.
Yeah.
So Tommy lets her know, but it's 8 more singles that you ain't met. And so then she suddenly has a change of heart and she decides she's going to stay. And Sahara says that she doesn't believe the guys from the first group dislike her. And and that she just believes that the men in the second group were more mature. And I said, no shade. I see why.
You want a bone.
And it's no shade, but just from the previews and what we saw of the season, I have a feeling she's going to end up in the bottom two a lot. And it's going to be one man that saves her every time. I don't know if it's going to be Cam, Khalil, because we've seen her with she has a connection with somebody. Whoever she wore that love potion for, I don't know. But I think that they going to stay down and he going to keep her, because otherwise it seemed like everybody else wanted out of here. I mean, no shade, but when they called her and Will out, they have a lot of similarities. They're both kind of like socially awkward. I mean, she seemed cool. Like she seemed like the homegirl I would want to go out with and turn up with.
She gives homie vibes.
Right. She seems like a homegirl I would want to turn up with, but I can understand how a man would be like, because she's kind of socially awkward.
You know who else I thought would have gave homie vibes, but maybe she just gives. But I'm also a woman, but I guess she just gives like, maybe she can give girlfriend, but just cool girlfriend. Rocky.
Oh, you know what's so funny? Rocky, absolutely. I thought she was gonna give just homegirl vibes, but I don't know. I like after watching her, I started to like her. But when she first came on, I was like, "Oh, girl!" I was, and it's nothing against her, because this is actually, being honest with you, I like this picture of her, or this confessional look of her, than when we saw her at the mixer. Now, granted,
she didn't look like she tried too much at the mixer,
right? And granted, we know it was hot out there. Black girl magic in the sun don't always work together. Okay, so I get it.
That's not really an excuse, because there were other ladies there that were put together.
I'm trying to give her grace. I'm trying to give grace, and here you are.
You always trying to give grace.
I like it, Rocky. I'm just trying to give you some grace. Maybe the heat was heating, and you know how the hair expand, and because in my eyes, I was like, did she brush it? Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be messy, Rocky. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be messy.
It wasn't even just that. I mean, the dress, like everything. It just looked like she didn't really try. She looked like she was walking to the store. Like, it looked like she really didn't try, but I still did like her. But I guess
no, I did. I liked her. But once she opened her mouth, and once I liked her, but I absolutely agree. And like I said, her confessional looks better. But I absolutely agree. When she first walked in, I said, girl. Yeah, so we appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you guys are subscribed.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you guys are following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the IG, the Blue Sky, and what's the other one? And the Facebook, y'all. And yeah, we will catch you next week. And hopefully it'll be live with our girl Really Be. And we will be out here discussing these dates and these couples and getting into this ready to love, y'all. All right. So yeah, we'll catch you next week. Be safe.
Chris comes back next week too.
And hopefully Chris comes back next week. I would love y'all. Look, I gotta ask Really B, who is Chris? You like, what the
She never like, you tell me.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night.